What's up guys? Back to you know, back to the channel. Will I say okay? Yeah, what's up? We get it right now. So this was the gold USD, SAD USD trade that I actually did talk about last week. You know, when I was trying to just see how price is going to react at this zone. This is the 4 hour. Let me go to the 4 hours. I know it was the 4 hours we did that analysis. When we talked about the daily fair value gap right here. We talked about the daily fair value gap right here. So when I said I was kind of a little bit skeptical, so that I just wanted to gather the data and see what I'm going to get. I think that was a previous video there. Since the market was reacting from a daily fair value gap, and then we have another bullish fair value gap as at this point, though the immediate structure on the daily chart we're seeing highs, we're seeing higher lows, and then the market is like, if I should draw my trend line, it's like bullish. You understand what I'm saying now? So when I said that, I just want to see how this market is going to react in this place, and then use that, just take note of that information like a data for me. And also about the 4 hours, we saw that the 4 hours. Okay, let me take out this drawing out now. So we saw that the 4 hours, we had a market structure shift on the 4 hours time frame, right? We had this market structure shift here. So then I was like, what is going to happen? Is the 4 hours, is it going to respect that fair value gap, or is just going to keep going up? And also we saw that this market was here. We had a 4 hours fair value, bullish fair value gap right here. So now it was in a conflicting situation because 4 hours was bullish initially. At that time we saw this break of structure to the upside, right? We saw this break of structure to the upside, and we expected the order flow to just keep going up. Then we had a bullish fair value gap, which can actually push price all the way to the upside. And then we saw that the market was reacting from this point. And also, what was also interesting, and that was the part that I said I got a little bit confused about, was that we then had also a fair value gap right here when the market switched bearish. So there was a gap right here that, as at that point of where I did that video, the market was currently reacting from this point, right? If you can recall that I said, okay, I wanted to just check how price is going to react. So because this thing is something that I'm still learning, like I said, I'm still learning about this FVG, and then what the reaction is going to be. So we went to a 5 minutes time frame to say, okay, if we had wanted to take a shot from that position, we would look for a market structure shift, which we didn't get on 15 minutes, but we got it on 5 minutes. And I said, okay, that setup has already played out. Let's see. So this was it right here when we had that pullback into that 4 hour fair value gap. But the market switched bearish, and then we had a break of structure down to this point, think down to this point, and we had another break of structure, you see. And then the market reacted as at this point right here. There was a fair value gap right here. After we had this market structure shift, we had a break of structure, we had a fair value gap right here, which the market later came back to, respected it, and then sold off. Like, make that one green now so we don't get ourselves confused. So that is it. So this was what we had. That's on, I think it was on Friday, right? So, and I said that we might see the market pull back into this fair value gap as well. This, this bullish fair value gap right here, because of the immediate structure I'm seeing, which is bullish on this time frame, though the swing structure is coming from here. So right, so take this to red now. So, and then on 4 hours we said we might see the market take out this low, and that is actually what happened. The market took out that low, swept it, and we saw that on Friday, the market, was reacting as at this point, reacting as at this point, and I can see that we have a fair value gap right here. So what actually did work, what I came to notice, what I'm going to be taking down as a note, that okay, this structure actually played out, this movement actually played out because one, the confluences is that we were inside this swing range. This is where I draw my swing range from. See this one, this was a break according to what I said last week, and we had the swing range and the swing high, and then we had this daily bearish fair value gap. So now, so the market did reacted, and then not just that, we had a 4 hours market structure shift, and that is also something else. And that 4 hours market structure shift created an imbalance, a fair value gap before the market shifted structure. So now that is a lot of confluences, right? So I have taken note of that now. I've known that now, that anytime I see that the 4 hours time frame is in line with the daily time frame, with the daily time frame direction, I am taking a bet on that trade, right? So it doesn't matter what the 4 hours is doing, I'm just going to ignore it because I was a little bit skeptical at this 4 hours, gap right here, that probably this market might use this and just go take out these eyes. Who knows, right? Because it seems the 4 hours is kind of bullish at this time. But what I noticed that yes, it was bullish. Yes, it was bullish, but I ignored the fact that it has switched bearish. It switched here, like it literally swept this high right here. It swept this high and then broke this structure. So that is a market structure shift. So that is to say, the 4 hours has already shifted bearish, which was in line with the daily bearish fair value gap zone. We can literally see it right here. And then not only that, the market also did create a 4 hours fair value gap right here after switching bearish, giving us a sign that okay, now sellers are in control. So it created a fair value gap, which the market pulled back into, and then on the 5 minutes, we saw that the market has literally also shifted structure bearish on that 4 hours fair value gap zone. So it was not bad to have getting a sell position, and would have had a lovely move. But it's okay, like I said, like I'm just documenting this as learning purpose. It's learning purpose. And I said something. I said I would have been able to catch this. This there was some when the market was pulling back as at that time. I asked myself, where would I have been able to get an entry? I think it was here. It was here. We noticed that we had this gap right here. We had this gap right here on 15 minutes. I think that particular day. Yeah, we had that zone on 15 minutes. So I would have been able to get a shot from there, a shot from this zone. Let me go back to the 15 minutes time frame ASAP. So I would have been able to take a shot from this fair value gap zone though, from this fair value gap right here. And also there was also another opportunity after the market broke structure on the 15 minutes chart again. It left, fair. There was also a gap right here, because now the 4 hours is in line with the daily time frame. So sales sellers are more in control. So I would have taken the shot and my SL be above this high, and then did probably target this that 4 hour low right there. That would have been a lovely trade. I think that should be 1 to 6 hour, bro. 1 to 6 hour stops below that high, and then use that zone as an entry. That was a nice trade though. But regardless, I've learned something from that. Even if I didn't take the trade, but I have learned something for that. So that was the purpose of the video, guys. So what I'm thinking for this week is that mm, we might this fair value gap right here, the market might fill it up, might see a rally into this zone, and then we might see a drop for the market to take out this low on the daily time frame, this point right here. So what do I see from that? So I will just the same thing. I'll wait for a market structure shape confirmation next week on this zone right here, on this 4 hours zone right here, because we just had a break. This was also a break of structure, so a pullback to this fair value gap would be nice. Then when I see a lower time frame market structure shift, I'm taking another sell position, and then our target is going to be this daily low. So if that gets invalidated, that is to say, we would need to see the 4 hours switch bullish on the zone. 4 hours, 1 hour, I would say 4 hours, 4 hours or 1 hour. If I see a 1 hour bullish, you know, market, if I see that the 1 hour or the 4 hours switched bullish on this zone right here, let's say it gave us a bullish structure right here, I will just look for buys, because this is the direction of the current, um, fair value gap. So that is it. But if I should see a sell, if I should see a sell setup, if I should see a sell setup form right here, let's say we have a high here, and then the market comes, take out this low, and then I'll look for sell position down to this daily zone right here. So regardless, these are the two plays that I'm having. So because while we are inside, this is also, don't forget, this is also a daily bullish fair value gap. So if the market wants to really continue bullish, it needs to switch from bearish to bullish. So simple. If it wants to continue in this bearish direction, I need to see the market pull back into this fair value gap, to indicate or give me a break of structure to the downside. Then if you should give me a break of structure to the downside, then okay, I will then be interested. Okay, sellers are in control right now, so it gives me another fair value and then drops to the downside. So those are things that I want to see. A bearish intent, I want to see the market gives me a bearish intent, like okay, we are still going down. Then if the buyers wants to keep pushing price upward, now give me a bullish intent. Okay, we want to start going up. So with those informations, I can be able to make you know decision if I want to take a sell or if I want to take a buy. But right now, all I can see is that the market is just it's still it's between a bearish and a bullish zone. You understand what I'm saying now? So I would like to see the market gives me bearish intent or a bullish intent. Then with that, I can make a decision. So that is it. That is what I learned from this trade. So I'll always follow the higher time frame direction and the higher time frame bias. So that was a nice lesson, because like I said, I'm still very very new to this fair value gap concept. So it was nice. So that is it. That is it. That was what I'm looking at.